The first thing I want to show you is the star is YBS 0485. It's at an altitude of 88.88, and there's the rise and the set 1650 and 728, which I won't do at the moment. The point being it's 88.88. So you might say, why is that so? Well, if I can find it, I'll show you. Well, Zooks. Hold on. Get rid of all this stuff. My GPS data has to have software to download it. There's that little fella there. The one that all of the prongs were bent on. And there's only one demon been in the house. The same which deleted all of this telephone I'm using at the moment. Of the first time I clapped eyes on the Great Pyramid, etc. So we lost a great deal of information there. But it does go to show you how deep the devil is ingrained in people. It can, if you are not of the chosen, the devil will get into you all the time. So North America, of course, is Sodom and Gomorrah revisited. So as I couldn't find anyone worth saving in North America apart from a few saints, but overall, the percentage is amazingly low for a country that's just going to get the FEMA camps kicked off and you're all going with a guillotine. They didn't think that before the French Revolution either, by the way. Nor did at the beginning of World War I. Was it expected there'd be 60 million Russians killed by Jews? Now, forgot what I was doing now. Wait a minute. Right, this is a program that for a period of, how many minutes was it? That it's going to be in the 10.77 AU to Saturn?
Minutes is 22.93, 38 hours, 0.21.
And what did that all reveal? Do you remember?
Well, it's 38 hours, 38.216 hours. And 38.21 is heart in Hebrew, and in Greek is oldness, worn out, ancient in times past.
So that's how I felt.
Oh yeah, before you left the apartment you were already lying down and said, I don't feel well. You were.
That's right, I wouldn't do nothing, would I?
No, you were just feeling horrible. Actually, you said you felt like you did on the way to the cross.
Exactly. Now, the distance to Saturn is 10.76 at 10:01. This morning, on the 11th. So if we increase it by a minute, this is how accurate this thing is. You then measure from the Earth to Saturn, and it becomes 1077. Now that's the diagonal of the pyramid in feet, plus 0.26, with the capstone in place. So the other piece of software we've got, which is also, I'll tell the story about that. When I got it, an angel pushed me down from above, and I bent my knees and then pulled my arm out to the left, and I pulled out the software which gives me all the key states, and we can compare because it's a solid state, if you like. You can't alter it. So here we've got a 485, and that is the last minute of Saturn being within the 10.77 astronomical units. The actual diameter of the pyramid is 1077.26 feet, and that's how many days there are between the beheading of Charles I, who wrote a beautiful letter before he died. They hacked his head off. He had kicked all the Jews out, so they arranged to kill him. The distance in time is 107726 days, and the house I inherited to take the cure with my darling wife to the island, the South Pacific and the Central Australia, was an inheritance I got from my father, who hated me because it wasn't really my father. It was an immaculate conception again, as was my mother, Daphne. She didn't have a birth certificate or a Christian name. And fifth child. So, oh man, he thought something like that, right? It was 11 months pregnancy, couldn't happen. So I'm conceived by the Holy Ghost, of course, on the same date of the resurrection in 33 AD. So there's a houses at Trevone Street, Padstow. So we look in Cornwall, where the royal family came from via Ireland, Scotland. And there's a Trevone Road there. So placing it the furthest possible point away, which I assume is number 7, in the bend of a road, to that house I inherited is 1077.2.6 miles. Now, my darling, you're going to say something?
Oh, yes. Apart from being a remarkable day for reasons of history, culminating in this moment when you entered the pyramid, the ark, and to lie in the coffer.
I was quite looking forward, well, not forward, but the possibility of frightening you by snuffing it and going up. Because that's what Pauline saw when she was taken out the pyramid, when I got pissed off with them. Took months to tell me too. When she went into the pyramid, she looked up, and in the King's Chamber, went up through all the passages. She had no idea how it was, right?
Yeah.
So it was really something that happened to her. And the top of the King's Chamber opened up, and she could see the face of God, which is my face, in the sky.
Yeah.
So that's coming in the clouds of air. And she still doesn't bloody believe it, does she?
No.
Okay, so during that period, just to finish up, at 16 minutes past midnight, at the 13th, over the pyramid, that star's going to be there, and that's the end of the 1077 astronomical units. 10.77 is a whole point.
Yes.
So I'm trying to move here. Now, measuring with the GPS today, it would appear that the GPS has been altered from the satellite's point of view, because the satellites are all getting shoved out of position. And it put the east-west line of the Great Pyramid today at 0.04 degrees off.
2.75 kilometres or something like that? Or miles, isn't it?
Well, over a long distance, that's how far it was, over 1 degree around the Earth. It was 2.71 something. Another interesting thing was I measured north while I was doing this on the GPS software in my computer, which is dead accurate. And I decided to go to and end up at, I won't go into the details how I got there because it's